Hello class 11 students, how are you? I hope all of you are safe at home. Today I shall start the chapter 3 trigonometrical functions. Before starting the chapter, I shall request you to subscribe my channel. Please subscribe, I am waiting. Have you subscribed my channel? Okay, let's start the chapter. Before starting the chapter, you should know the basic concepts. What are the methods by which the angle measurements are done? Angle measurements are done in two methods. First method is called degree measurement and second method is called radian measurement. I will explain it one by one. First of all, angle measurement. Let us suppose this is a line. This line is called initial line, and this line OA is called initial line, and this line OB is called terminal line. Terminal line. The angle is measured from the initial line in the upward direction. This angle is called positive angle. Let us suppose this angle is 60 degree, this will be plus 60 degree angle. The line measured from the initial line in the upward direction is called positive angle. Let us suppose this another line OA. This line is initial line and OB is terminal line. If angle is measured from the initial line in the downward direction, this angle will be negative angle. Therefore, let us suppose this angle is 30 degree. Therefore, minus 30 degree angle. It is clear that angle is always measured from the initial line, either in the upward direction or downward direction. If it is measured in the upward direction, this will be positive angle. If it is measured from the initial line in the downward direction, it is called negative angle. Now I am going to explain you about the radian measurement. Let us suppose this is a circle of radius 1 unit. 1 unit. OA is radius of 1 unit, and an arc AB is of 1 unit. Radius 1 unit, arc is also 1 unit. Join O to B, it is also radius 1 unit. This angle is called subtended angle. Then angle will be equal to arc upon radius. Arc is 1 unit, radius is 1 unit, then 1 angle will be 1 radian. Then radian can be defined as the angle subtended by an arc of length 1 unit at the center of circle of radius 1 unit is said to be 1 radian. Once again, The angle subtended by an arc of length 1 unit at the center of circle of radius 1 unit is said to be 1 radian. Then 1 radian equal to pi upon 1 upon 80 degree, and 1 degree is equal to 180 degree upon pi. Generally, the value of pi is 180 degree. This is the conversion of degree to radian. 1 degree equal to 60 minutes. 1 minute equal to 60 seconds. 60 seconds. This is the measurement. Now I am going to prove this theorem. Theorem number 1. If sin x equal to sin y, then x equal to n pi plus minus 1 to power n y, n belongs to I is integer. Number 2 theorem is if cos x equal to cos y, then x equal to 2n pi plus minus y. Here n belongs to I is integer. Number 3 is if time x equal to tan y, then x equal to n pi plus y, where n belongs to integer I. I will prove the 3 theorem one by one. First of all, I am taking this one. This one. Here sin x equal to sin y. Sin x equal to sin. I am taking this. I can write it as sin x minus sin y equal to 0. I am applying the formula of sin c minus sin d. Sin c minus sin d. 2 cos x plus y upon 2 into sin x minus y upon 2 equal to 0. Here 2 not equal to 0, then cos x plus y upon 2 will be equal to 0, or this sin x minus y upon 2 will be equal to 0. Either this will be 0 or this will be 0. I am taking first this. Cos x plus y upon 2 is equal to 0. 0 means I can write it as cos 2n plus 1 pi upon 2, because if cos x equal to 0, then x equal to 2n plus 1 pi upon 2. This is the general formula for cos x equal to 0, then x equal to 2n plus 1 pi upon 2. This is the general formula. Then I have put here. Equating this cos equal to cos, then angle will be equal to angle. Angle equal to angle. Then x plus y upon 2 equal to 2n plus 1 pi upon 2. 2 cancel. Then x plus y equal to 2n plus 1 pi. X is equal to 2n plus 1 pi minus y. I am modifying this 2n plus 1 pi minus y. Minus y can be written as plus minus 1 to power 2n plus 1 y. Here minus 1 to power 1 is even. Here n is integer. Even. And plus 1 is odd. Therefore, this number is odd. Then minus y can be written in the form of this. Clear? Now I am taking this. Sin x minus y upon 2 equal to 0. General formula for sin x equal to 0, then x equal to, x will be n pi. Then I am applying this formula. Sin x minus y upon 2 is equal to sin n pi. Here sin equal to sin, then angle will be equal to angle. X minus y upon 2 equal to n pi. X minus y is equal to 2n pi. X is equal to 2n pi minus y will go in this side plus y. It can be modified as x equal to 2n pi plus y minus 1 to power 2n y. 2n is here, n belongs to I is n is integer. 2n is even number. Now combining this one and this two, combining these two, we can write it as x equal to n pi plus minus 1 to power n y. Now I will prove the second theorem. The second theorem is, if cos x equal to cos y, then x equal to 2n pi plus minus y. I am starting from this. Cos x minus cos y equal to 0. I am taking this in this side. I am applying the formula cos c minus cos d. Cos c minus cos d. The formula is 2 sin c plus d upon 2 into sin d minus c by 2 means y minus x upon 2 is equal to 0. Here 2 not equal to 0. Then sin x plus y upon 2 equal to 0, or this sin y minus x upon 2 equal to 0. I am taking first sin x plus y upon 2 is equal to 0. Then I can write it as sin x plus y upon 2 is equal to 0. General formula of sin is sin n pi. General formula of sin is, if sin x equal to 0, then x will be equal to n phi. Then sin n phi. Here sin equal to sin, both sides, then angle will be equal to angle. X plus y upon 2 equal to n phi. X plus y equal to 2n phi. Then y will be equal to 2n phi minus y. Number 1. Now I am taking this equal to 0. First of all, I have taken this equal to 0. Value is this. Now I am going to take this value. I have rubbed because this is unnecessary. Now I will solve for sin y minus x. Sin y minus x can be written as sin x minus y upon 2 is equal to 0. Sin y minus x, I have changed x minus y, there will be negative, and equal to 0, there will be no effect. There will be no effect of negative sign. It can be written like this, sin x minus y upon 2 equal to 0, because both are equal to 0. Again, the general formula for sin x equal to 0, then x equal to n pi. Okay? Then sin x minus y upon 2 is equal to sin n pi. X minus y upon 2 is equal to n pi. This can be written as x minus y equal to 2n pi. X equal to 2n pi plus y. Number 2. One is this is x. X equal to 2n pi minus y and x equal to 2n pi plus y. Combining this, we can write as x equal to 2n pi plus minus y. Second theorem proved. Now I will prove the third theorem. Third theorem is, if tan x equal to tan y, then x is equal to n pi plus y. I am taking this, tan x minus tan y is equal to 0. I can write it. It can be written as sin x upon cos x minus sin y upon cos y equal to 0. Cos x cos y is LCM. Now sin x cos y minus sin y cos x is equal to 0. Multiplying by cos x cos y equal into 0, it will be 0. Sin x cos y minus sin y cos y, sin a cos b minus cos a sin b, sin a minus b, sin a minus b, sin a cos b minus cos a sin b equal to sin a minus b. Then sin x minus y, and this will be 0. Again applying the general formula for sin x equal to 0, then x will be equal to n pi. Then I can write it as sin x minus y equal to sin n pi. Then I can write it here, sin both sides, sin are same, therefore the angle must be same. This angle equal to this angle. then I can write it as x minus y equal to n pi, x is equal to n pi plus y. Y will go in this side, it will become plus. Now the third formula has been proved. Understood? Practice it well, you can do well. Have patience, because you can do. You are unique. Thank you.